everyone, and welcome to the 2025 OHSAA Division III State Track and Field Championships. Our broadcast is brought to you by Wabash Mutual Telephone. Wabash Mutual Telephone, proud supporter of Mercer County Athletics. I'm Jennifer Beck alongside Nate Garlock. Yesterday, Nate, we had phenomenal runs in the prelims, and today, here we are for the finals.
Yeah, this is one of the greatest days of the year. The environment that will be here at Jesse O is incredible. The stands will be packed. The finals day is just that culmination for all of these athletes. All of them want to come home with a state title. We have so many local runners as well. You know, I went through and I counted. There were 144 people that qualified for finals today. 51 of them came from Northwest Ohio. We talked about it a lot during prelim day, just about how blessed we are and how we get to see such incredible athletes over and over and over. And then this right here proves it. I mean, we actually get to – there will be races, finals, that over half the field are athletes that we get to see on a regular basis.
Isn't that awesome for you at home? That's what you get to watch throughout the entire season. We are covering these athletes, one of the blessings of being WOSN, and we thank you for your support. All right, speaking of those local athletes, it's time to kick things off with the girls' 100-meter hurdles, and we have in lane 1 Ariel Heitkamp of Fort Loramie, 2 is Morgan Apple of Lipsick, 3 is Molly Brame of Minster, Isabel Evans from Johnstown Northridge, and 4 Ava Hewlett of Mineral Ridge Way of in 5, Grace Moeller from Marion Local in 6, Madison Smith from New London in 7, Bree Clausen from Columbus Grove in 8, and Anna Marie Montel from Federal Hawking is in lane number 9.
And we are kicking things off with the heat, just like we talked about. Over half of this field belongs to Northwest Ohio. It's going to be an excellent race. They have a tough challenge ahead of them. Isabella Evans has a fantastic time coming in here, but should be a great race.
Off and running. Grace Moeller finished second in this race last year. Ariel Heitkamp finished in third.
Grace,
Isabella Evans.
It's going to be a challenge for second for Grace. We'll see how she clears this last hurdle.
I think she got it.
Looks like
second
Grace
place.
Moeller is going to be your state runner-up. A great run by her. Pretty clean over the hurdles. You see her clip that second to last one, but it didn't slow her momentum as she takes home second place.
14.65. Apple from Lipsick gets fourth place in a 15.10. So Marion Local has a state runner-up. Lipsick fourth place. Molly Brame from Minster finishes in fifth place. And I didn't see Ariel Heitkamp's spot yet here. It's coming through. It's coming through. Top 8, though, make it to the podium. And first race of the day, and we've already got several on the podium.
Now we're with Grace Moeller from Marion Local. Just got off the podium. Second place finish. Congratulations. What are some of the emotions?
I don't even know how to describe it. I was super excited, super happy. I know I've worked really hard for this all season, so it was great to see it finish through.
It has to be rewarding. You ran a faster time than you did yesterday. Was that a personal best?
Yes, it was.
That's fantastic. Losing to someone like Evans, back-to-back state champs, I mean, you have to feel good that you lost to the best.
Yeah, I mean, she's a great athlete. She's a great person. I mean, that's all right. That's really okay.
All right, so no trick questions.
Yeah, no trick questions.
All right, what's your favorite color?
I'd have to go with pink, but I do really like blue and gold because those are my school colors.
And Grace said that she wanted to be on her good side. We got her on her good side. There is no bad side with Grace. Congratulations.
The next event is the boys' 110-meter hurdles. We have 2 local runners in this race. Lane 1, Elijah Heitkamp, Fort Loramie. Lane 2, Carson Herod, St. Henry. Lane 3, Judah Creemans, South Gallia. Lane 4, Braxton Barnett, Shenandoah. Lane 5, Cameron Burgess, Chesapeake. Lane 6, Daylin Garrett, Covington. Lane 7, Cade Shellhaas, Ansonia. Lane 8, Lucas McEwen, Lakota. And Lane 9, Jackson. He's got quite a last name.
Lonzak?
Lonzak, Liberty Center.
Top seed time coming out of prelims belongs to Braxton Barnett from Shenandoah with a 14.37. Our 2 local competitors, Elijah Heitkamp and Carson Herod, come in with a 15.06 and a 15.01.
You know, it's interesting. We had a Heitkamp in the first race in lane 1, and we got a Heitkamp in the second race in lane 1. Wonder if they are siblings.
Both local guys doing pretty good. Carson Herod trying to get himself into the mix for third. And it looks like we may have had an injury to the guy out front. When you watch, he pulls up and he fell back, and I think that might have been enough to give Carson Herod third.
Maybe
and it was.
Yeah, so Carson Herod, third place in the state. Congratulations to him. The winner from Shenandoah ran a 14.17.
We're joined by Carson Herod from St. Henry. Third place in the 110. You were trying to keep a straight face, and you've got your teammates back here cheering you on, having a good time. Hey, you guys are a really close group, aren't you?
Oh yeah, we are. You know, we've had the same 4 or 5 guys for the last 3 weeks in all of our relays and everything, and it's been really good because we've been helping each other out and we've made everybody better.
In the 110, you get the third place. Hey man, that's actually cooking, man. You're running really well. You happy with that?
I am because during prelims I didn't do too good. I had some blocks messed up and I only went 15 flat, and I had just went 14 my past 4 races, so I knew I could do better, but I just kept working and it paid off.
Yeah, you really focused up today. What are some of those things that you corrected?
The first hurdle is the most important in the 110s. If you mess up that one, the whole race goes bad. So during practice today, I just made sure my first one was right and everything went as planned then afterwards.
Man, a good time down here, great effort. You having a lot of fun?
Oh, yeah, it's great, especially because I got my teammates with me and we just have a blast together.
Thanks for your time, man. Congratulations.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Busher Electric, a full-service electrical contractor servicing the area communities for over 40 years. You can depend on Busher Electric for all your electric needs. Event number 305, the girls' 100-meter dash. We have Claire Berkey in 3 from Coldwater and Anna Reesner from Fort Recovery in 4. Also running today, Cameron Prater from Patriot Prep in 1. Angelo Aswick of Columbus School for Girls in 2. Berkey from Coldwater in 3. Reesner from Fort Recovery in 4. Bria Friend of Montpelier in 5. Chloe Griffith from West Liberty in 6. Alyssa Webb from Oberlin in 7. Aubrey Vitte from Lakota in 8. And Mira Holt from Colonel Crawford in 9.
Reesner out to another great start. We saw this yesterday, and she is moving yet again with a huge lead. Anna Reesner is going to win a state title here today.
Beautiful run by Anna. Yesterday, Miles Holliday had a chance to interview her, and she basically said, I just got to come out yesterday, and do what I did and do it again.
Anna Reesner just set a new state record, 11.75. She actually ties it, but her name will go in the books as a new Division III state record holder.
The last time somebody ran in Division III at this time, this speed was 2011. Congratulations to Fort Recovery's Anna Reesner. Not only did she win a state championship today, like you said, Nate, she is now the Division III co-record holder.
Anna Reesner, state champ, a year ago, 5th place. What's this journey been like to get on top of that podium?
It's been crazy, honestly. I worked so hard indoor season. I ran the 60 all the time just prepare me for the 100 outdoor season. And I was just I put so much work in, and I'm just so happy that it all paid off in the end. I know I just put my race in God's hands. I was he knows all the work I put in. If it's his will, I'll win and I'll have a good time. If not, that's his plan, but I'm happy that his plan worked out this way.
Now, are you more excited about the chocolate milk or winning the state championship?
Honestly, it's pretty close. I love chocolate milk so much. I was so happy about this, but the state title probably tops it. But yeah,
it should, right? It should. All right, now that you're a champion, what's the secret to winning the 100?
Honestly, a good start and just being locked in. I feel track is a super mental sport, so just having the confidence to get out fast, and definitely it matters a lot if you have a good start. So just having a good push at the beginning kind of sets the tone for the rest of the race.
And a little chocolate milk, right?
And the chocolate milk is if this is the prize, I'm pretty happy with it.
Next up, Hillsdale College. What's Hillsdale College getting out of you?
It's an athlete and a student. I'm a student first, then an athlete, and it has a really good academic program, so I'm excited for that. And then, track comes second, but it's still pretty high up there, But I'm pretty excited. I think it'll be good. But yeah.
Life's good. Chocolate milk, state champ. Congratulations.
Gonna ask for more, yeah.
What a great race from the girls' 100-meter dash. We're going to get the same with the boys' 100-meter dash. We got Cole Kaiser in lane 6 from St. Henry and Victor Holster from Marion Local in 9. Also running, Trip Phoenix from Cary in lane 1. Nigel York from Crystal Ray in 2. Sammy Tomlinson from Dalton in 3. Ethan Bosch of Chalker in 4. Gabe Opong, Tree of Life in 5. Cole Kaiser, the great sophomore runner from St. Henry in 6. Aiden Duncan from Trinity in 7. Luke Woodring from Evergreen in 8. And again, Victor Holster from Marion Local, multi-sport standout in lane 9.
Top time coming out of prelims belonged to Ethan Bosch out of Chalker at a 10.78. The top 4 prelim times were all sub-11 time. Cole Kaiser was one of those with a 10.83. He's in lane 6 trying to track down the leader. Holscher out to a great start as well. Kaiser right there with him, trying to stay close. He is going to be in the mix for that second. We'll see if he's able to get it. That is going to be an awfully close finish. We're going to have to wait for the scoreboard here to tell us who is state runner-up.
Yeah, Chalker, the Chalker runner Bosch won with a 10.76, but we're still waiting to see who was second. Shows us how close that finish was.
Usually when we have these hesitations, it comes down to potentially a photo finish, and they're having to look very closely. We are still waiting on these results, so it's not just 2. Remember, there's 9 people running, only 8 make podium.
It was
Kaiser.
It was Cole Kaiser from St. Henry, a 10.88. Just what a great season for him. 10th grade, a sophomore. He has a great future in this sport.
Hey, we're joined now by Cole Kaiser from St. Henry. Second place finish in the 100. That's absolutely fantastic. How good are you feeling?
Feels great. Still got 2 years to see if I can get first place.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, as a sophomore, did you have any idea you're going to be this fast this early?
I did not. I had no idea.
So what do you got to do next year? Second's got to feel good, but I know that top spot is exactly where you want to be. Walk us through the plan now. What do you got to do to get there?
Well, just going to keep trying to get better. Hopefully the times keep going down. And that guy's a junior, so he'll be back with me next year.
It's going to be a great battle. We're excited for you, and hopefully next year you get you on top. But congratulations, second place finish.
Well, we are keeping with the sprinting theme, moving into our first relay of our state championship here with girls 4x200 meter relay. We have St. Henry in lane 1. In lane 2, it's Calvert. Lane 3, Mogador. Lane 4, Oberlin. Lane 5, Columbus Grove. Lane 6, Fort Loramie. Lane 7, Anna. Lane 8, Liberty Center. And lane 9, Margaretta. But first, Nate's got some updates on results and team scores.
Take a look at the results quickly here for the girls' 100-meter hurdles. Our local finishers, as we said, Grace Moeller, she was second. In fourth, Morgan Apple. Fifth, Bree Clausen. And in sixth, Morgan Brom. They are your scores. Ariel Heitkamp finished just off the podium in ninth. On the guys' 110 hurdles, our local finishers, Carson Herod with the third place finish in 14.7. And Elijah Heitkamp with a new season PR of 15.03. He finished 8th. We'll take a look at make sure I get the right ones here as everything is updating here on these live scores. Girls 100-meter dash finals, as we mentioned, Anna Reeser with a new state record in Division III, 11.75. She is your champ. Claire Berkey finished 5th. And on the boys' side for the finals, it was Cole Kaiser with the second place finish, and Victor Holscher finished 6th. Look at the updated team scores on guys and girls currently. The Coldwater Cavaliers on the girls, they are in first. They have 21.5 points. That gives them a 1.5 point lead over second place Caldwell. Minster,
1.5 point lead.
1.5 point lead currently. Minster is in 5th with 13 team points. Fort Loramie in 7th. Columbus Grove down there in 8th. Tied with Fort Recovery with 10 points. On the boys' side, the highest right now is St. Henry. They are in 3rd with 14 points. Delphus St. John's is in 10th with 10. Now, this will all fluctuate a lot throughout the day, as obviously we know not every team has somebody competing. When you come down to state, too, team titles, you can win a team title with 40 points, 45, 50 points. So Coldwater sitting really good right now on the girls' side.
All right, the 4x2 is what we're watching now. Again, St. Henry is in lane 1. Columbus Grove is in lane 5. Fort Loramie in 6. And Anna in lane number 7.
I'm not sure if there were any changes, as there are alternates, and we do have relays that like to switch runners and legs out, as Columbus Grove has and Anna are both able to do that with some extra runners. So we'll see if there were any changes and how that may work out for them here today.
Yesterday we saw that Columbus Grove relay team just really tear it up on the track. Today they are right next to Oberlin, who we also saw do some amazing things on the track.
Oberlin came in with the top seed time, but Columbus Grove was sitting in second right behind them.
Watch the handoffs here to give us the picture of where things are.
Columbus Grove looking really good. Beautiful
nice
handoff there.
Very
and they were
smooth.
slightly ahead of Oberlin, it looked like. Great opening leg for the Bulldogs.
So I think that's Lauren Achmoody who's running right now. What an incredible senior season she has had. She was on the podium yesterday for both the pole vault and for the long jump.
Columbus
Another
Grove. It was a little, it was not quite as clean. I think they ran a little bit longer in the exchange zone than they probably would have liked. Oberlin was able to get rid of it pretty quickly. And Oberlin in this third leg coming up quick. Columbus Grove has broken the stagger on all the teams in front of them, trying to hold off Oberlin. This is going to be a very close last leg.
Yeah, that Oberlin runner really is coming up fast. Columbus Grove knows what they need to do. Nice handoff there.
That was a
great
good one.
exchange. Here it comes down to the anchor.
Oberlin,
and this is going to come down to the straightaway.
Oberlin looks like they're going to have a little bit of a lead coming around this corner. Columbus Grove trying to hold off Fort Loramie, who's right next to them for that second place. Columbus Grove and Fort Loramie almost side by side. Columbus Grove opening up a little bit of a lead here. Fort Loramie trying to hold on tight. And Columbus Grove is going to be second, Fort Loramie third.
I love the fact that we have such strong runners in Northwest Ohio. We just got 2 teams in the top 3 in the state. Let's take a look and see how the rest of our teams did as well. 143.11 for Columbus Grove, 143.43 for Fort Loramie. Anna was 4th in a 144.73. So look at that, 2, 3, and 4. And St. Henry is 6th.
They all made podium.
This broadcast of the Division III State Finals is brought to you in part by Webb Insurance. Webb Insurance Agency, serving Lima and Allen County for more than 100 years with offices in downtown Lima and Bluffton. We are watching lanes 2, 8, and 9. In lane 2, we have Marion Local. Lane 8 is St. Henry, and lane 9 is Fort Loramie. Cary is in lane 1, Dalton is in 3, Trinity 4, Margaretta 5, Huron 6, and Cuyahoga Heights in 7. But again, we are watching lane 2, Marion Local, lane 8, St. Henry, and lane 9, Fort Loramie.
Top seed time coming out of prelims belongs to Trinity with a 128.74. They will be in lane 4, and all the other teams will be chasing. Good start by all the teams. As we talked about, this 9-lane stagger here at Jesse O is huge, as the runner out in lane 9 pretty much starts on the backstretch.
Yeah, I actually saw a little bit of a commentary online about that yesterday on how far out they start and how that can affect the runners just because they are so far out there.
Marion Local's first handoff a little bit behind. It looked like the team in lane 1, which is Cary, was able to hand off that baton a little bit quicker. So we'll see as St. Henry doing a nice job as they come down here on the front stretch.
So St. Henry will be anchoring with Cole Kaiser, who just finished 2nd in the 100. Marion Local, I believe, will be anchoring with Victor Holscher, who finished 6th. That's one of the things I love about this event. The anchors are so fast.
All white flags so far through the exchanges. So everybody looking good here as we come into the final leg of this 4x2.
Yeah, it looks like St. Henry and Marion Local both need to pick up a little bit as well as Fort Loramie. But that's where you've got these. Oh, take a look at the power Victor Holscher already showing too.
And look at the middle of the track. Trinity right now in the lead, but they are going to be challenged coming up from behind, trying to push.
Oh, look at him go. That is Huron bringing it. That's almost a photo
awfully
finish.
close, as that was a great push at the end from Huron.
And they got it.
Their anchor did just enough to get it. It looks like by 0.03 of a second, I think.
0.03 of a second to come from behind there. Let's take a look at our local teams. Marion Local, they finished in 5th place, so you're going to see them on the podium. St. Henry in 6th place. We got 2 local teams that made it there in the podium. Fort Loramie finishes in 9th.
We're joined now by the guys from St. Henry in the 4x2 6th place finish. Got to be proud of the effort.
Yeah, I'm really proud of what we all put in. We were stuck at 131.5 for like almost a month, but we just kept working, and now we broke the school record and got 6th at state. Feels good.
Now, one senior here. You guys are all young guys, right? What's the senior been to you guys?
He's really good at encouraging us all. I mean, we like to make a lot of jokes around practice and stuff. We like to make fun of him a little bit, but I think it just brings us a lot closer. It helps us to work harder.
That's fantastic. All right, now as a young guy, a freshman right here, what did you learn this year?
Just a great experience, and want to keep doing it for 3 more years.
3 more years, I like it. How far can this team go next year?
I think we can go far. We're only losing 1 senior, so we'll have everyone return. Hopefully we can break our own school record.
Any way you can get him to come back for a 5th year?
He can maybe reclass.
Our broadcast of the Division III Finals here at the State Track Championships at The Ohio State University is brought to you in part by Homan's Insurance, your trusted local insurance specialist, member of the Wayne Insurance Group with two locations to serve you in Chickasaw and Versailles. Off and running is the girls' 1,600-meter run. We are supposed to have 3 local runners in this race. Joanna Top from Minster is in the 5 spot. Claire Bowman from Minster is in the 6 spot. Andrea Fowl from Miller City is also supposed to be running. But, Nate, you said you were looking out there and you didn't actually see her at the beginning in that 2. She's supposed to be in 2B.
Yeah, where her lane assignment was just one runner. That was from Grandview Heights, not Miller City. And so I'm still looking through the field, seeing if maybe she got shifted around, but I'm not sure if Miller City, if something happened, if she's scratched. But as of now, I'm not seeing her.
She's also qualified in the 3,200. So who knows?
So that does make sense then, because that was the other thing that I was going to say is a lot of times when it comes to the state meet, you will see qualifiers make a decision because this is a tough day. We know the weather can be hot. Heat is not conducive for long-distance runners, and you will have runners make a decision. Even though they may have qualified for both races, they will choose, I'm either going to do the 16 or I'm going to do the 32, believing that if they focus on just one, they'll give themselves the best chance to make podium, and that may be what happened here with Andrea.
Yeah, I think actually she was not the only one who wasn't there. There was supposed to be 2 people in each lane, and I know even in the lane 1 we only saw 1 right there. Here's who we have in the field. This is who's on the list. I'm going to read everybody. I'm not even going to read lanes at this point because they're out of their lanes. But here's who we have. Caitlin Carr from Smithville. Mandy Mark from Cedarville. Macy 2 from Grandview Heights. Andrea Fowl from Miller City did qualify. Eliza Long from Covington. Kylie McKenzie, Strasburg Franklin. Natalie Nixon of Ottawa Hills. Annabelle Snyder of Rickman. Naomi Sheasley of McDonald. Our 2 Minster runners, Joanna Top and Claire Bowman from Minster, Vanessa Conley of Adina, Riley Patrick of Mansfield Christian, Allison Woodruff of Riverdale, Ryan Purcell of Portsmouth Notre Dame, Emma Quillen of Mogador, Tess Schultz of Loudonville, and Rebecca Geis of Heartland Christian.
So we got some separation here, but currently Claire Bowman from Minster is in podium position as she is sitting 6th, but there is a lot of girls not that far behind her trying to track her down, and in that group is her teammate, Joanna Top.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the new generation of Minster runners here. We got a 9th grader and a 10th grader here running. As we've talked before, such depth of quality for Minster runners, and no surprise that they've got underclassmen here in this race.
And Claire starting to separate herself a little bit. She's got a runner that is with her. Looks like she's going to get overtaken and fall back into 7th. But she's got a little bit more distance between the rest of that pack than she did just about 300 meters ago.
Current leader is Caitlin Carr from Smithville. I had an opportunity to talk with Caitlin's dad yesterday. She is a junior. I guess last year, our wonderful Miles Holliday called her Caitlin Clark, the Caitlin Clark of the 1600. And I will say at the moment, she is proving that very thing as she is separating herself from the rest of the field.
And she's looking really strong right now, has a nice lead on 2nd place.
Yeah, I believe that's Macy 2 in 2nd place from Grandview Heights.
As we come down.
Bowman is in 6th right now, Minster's Bowman.
And she's coming into her last lap. Still got 5th place within striking distance, but there are a lot of girls not that too far behind her that are really going to try to pick it up here on this last lap. And she can't afford to lose too many spots if she wants to stay on the podium.
I enjoyed the interview yesterday that Miles did with the Minster 4x8 runners, and Claire Bowman said when they got done, they just went, whoo-hoo, we did it. We did it. And I think that's the thought for a lot of middle distance and long distance runners.
So looking at more kind of a big picture, too, with this, Claire Bowman there are some big points in front of her. Minster is in the mix for a state title as a team today. And if she can find something here in this last 250 meters to potentially get herself into 5th place, those points could be huge.
Here comes Caitlin Carr of Smithville. No one is even close to her. She is not slowing down. Look at that beautiful long stride. Love the way she is pumping those arms. Eyes on the prize. Look at it, and she's done it. She is a state champion in an excellent, excellent time of 4:49.44. Second place.
And here comes Claire Bowman. She was holding it in. As she comes off that curve, she is going to take 5th place. Look at this kick from Claire.
Oh, I love the strength she has at the end. Look at the power. She just looks smooth and calm, like she calculated, knows what she needs to do. Just a sophomore. It's going to be fun to watch her in the next few years.
Great job for her getting 5th place, or 6th place. Excuse me. Those are some big points for her team.
Joined out by Claire Bonham from Minster High School. Finished 6th in the 1600. If I would have told you at the beginning of the year you'd get 6th place, would you have taken it?
No, I definitely wouldn't have, because I switched from the 400 last year, and I didn't really know what I was doing at the beginning of the season.
But you still have to feel good that you got on the podium.
Yes, I feel very good.
All right, now, we got to ask, you have some inspirational stuff on your arms here. Tell us a little bit what you have written.
So I have 2 Timothy 4:7, which it's just supposed to be motivational for me and to help me run faster. And then I have don't hold back, because in previous races I haven't gone out as fast as I wanted to. So from then on, I've always ridden don't hold back.
Claire, I absolutely love your positive energy. I can see why you're successful in track. Congratulations. We are so proud of you getting up on the podium.
Thank you.
It's the boys' 1,600-meter run here in the Division III state finals, which is brought to you in part by Webb Insurance Agency, serving Lima and Allen County for more than 100 years with offices in downtown Lima and Bluffton. The boys' 1,600-meter run, here are the competitors. Our eyes are on Levi Bryan from Columbus Grove in 2B, Logan Coy of Tenora in 3A. 5B has Paul Westrick of Tenora, and then 8A, Sam Philpott of Russia. Overall, here's who we have running. Len Denier of White Oak in 1, Joey Klabaugh of Smithville in 1B, Carson Classy of McDonald in 2A, Levi Bryan of Columbus Grove next to him, Logan Coy of Tenora again in 3A, Ethan Sparks of Ansonia next to him, Bennett Lehman from Ansonia in 4A, Beckett Negley of Mechanicsburg in 4B, Andrew Rohde from Steubenville Catholic in 5A with Westrick of Tenora next to him, Sage Edgerly Bork of Huron, and then Carter Boggs and Bucyrus in the 6th lane. Braden Cleveland and Levi Thompson. Braden's from Mohawk. Legacy Christians, Levi Thompson in the 7th spot. Samuel Philpott from Russia and Braden Mantell of South Webster in the 8th spot. And Nixon Snavely and Caden Foltz from Rock Hill and Margaretta are in lane 9.
So at first glance, we didn't think that anybody was not running, but actually Paul Westrick from Tenora is not starting.
Yeah, I didn't see that at first either, but it looks like both, I think Beckett Negley from Mechanicsburg also might not have been in that group.
So good start for all of our local guys, as the stagger is going to be broken. They're going to converge at the bottom of the track, trying to jockey for position. This boys 1,600, you typically will see a pretty big pack go out in front, as you see everybody staying pretty tight for right now. And the real kind of shakeup probably won't happen too much until maybe about halfway through that second lap.
Yeah, these guys, they always seem like they're kind of gentlemen as they start running. They all just have one pace. Somebody's a pacer. They just stick with it for a while until at a certain point everyone says, okay, now it's time to run my race and make my move.
Logan Coy in not terrible position, but losing a couple of spots there. He was in 3rd momentarily, and now he's going to settle back down into 6th. Looks like Samuel Philpott, he is back a little ways. And I couldn't see Levi Bryan. He kind of got lost in that pack as they came through. I'll see if I can't find him with the with the trusty binoculars.
Snavely from Rock Hill crossed the line in first place right now after that first lap. Now they're starting to spread out a little bit more.
And Brian right now in the 8th spot. He is getting passed currently on the backstretch, so he is back into 9th, but he has 2 runners right in front of him, so still very much in play for the podium.
Just remember, folks, this is 4 laps. It makes you think that they have plenty of time to run this race, but there's so much strategy involved in the 1600. These guys are just about halfway done, and then it's going to be time to think about getting that placement for where they want to be to get in that podium, the top 8.
Logan Coy has moved himself up into 5th currently, as Brian's going to have to hold on. You're seeing everybody kind of starting to pick their pace up now.
2:07 was about the time where our top runner, has made his way through. Brian from Columbus Grove currently in the 9th place spot. So if he can just get himself up one more, then he's going to make it on the podium.
And there he goes, making his move. He is sitting in 9th, coming off of that curve. 8th, not too far in front of him, but he has a runner right on his heels as well that he's going to have to make sure that he is aware of, as he's giving him a little bit of space, and he's going to lose that spot as that runner goes to the inside of him.
Yeah, this is the point where we're going to start to see the pace step up. Our leaders are doing that already because they just have a little more than 1 lap left to go. Those of you at home that don't run the 1600, you're probably thinking these guys are about to sprint the last lap. That sounds so painful. It is. It's painful to them as well. But as you can see again, the pace is getting faster.
Logan Coy, the farthest one up into the track from our local runners. He is in 6th currently. This pace starting to pick up, though. Those lead 3 runners starting to separate themselves from everybody else. Coy looks like he's starting to try to pick it up as well.
So Logan Coy from Sonora is our fastest local runner, came in with a 4:20.98. He is a junior. Levi Bryan from Columbus Grove is a senior. And then Samuel Philpott from Russia is a sophomore.
Philpott has done a nice job moving his way up. He's kind of been back towards the back for most of this race, but he's made a move here in the last lap and a half.
Quick look behind.
Here come the runners.
Interesting. 3rd look for our leader, because he probably could hear him coming. And
Coy trying to hold on to 5. He's going to be able to do it. Great job by Logan Coy to dig deep, as it looked like there for a minute he was going to lose 2 positions, and instead he dug deep, held those guys off, and was able to get across the line in 5th. Philpott did a great job towards the back half of that race to get himself up higher in the pack as well. And then we just saw Levi Bryan finish as well.
Yeah, Philpott just off the medal stand, finished in 9th place, but we'll surely see him next year. Can't end this race yet because I just have to give the shout out to Brady Yingst, because he is the OHSAA Division III record holder with a 4:09.20. He also holds the state meet record with a 4:10. He is in, I believe, his 3rd year at Lipscomb University, and I believe just set the record this past year in the steeplechase.
Yeah, I believe it. It seems like every time he touches the track, he's setting a record.
That's a 1,600-meter run for the boys.
The 5th place finisher in the 1600, Logan Coy from Tenora High School. Logan, 5th place, have to feel pretty good about that effort.
Yeah, it was a pretty good effort this year.
You took a couple seconds off your best coming in today. Were you happy with how fast you ran?
I would say so. Definitely happy with how fast I ran. Definitely feel after made some mistakes during the race that could have cost me a few seconds, but you got to live with what you ran with, and I would say overall it was a pretty good race.
As a junior, you can learn from some of those mistakes. What did you learn here today?
I learned that when that lead groups goes, you just got to go with them no matter how fast they're going, and believe in your ability throughout the race, and then the times will come with that.
Still a great year. You got to be excited about the direction of your running career.
I would say so, yes.
Time for the 4x100 meter relay, and this broadcast is brought to you in part by Busher Electric, a full-service electrical contractor servicing the area communities for more than 40 years. You can depend on Busher Electric for all your electric needs. We're watching Lane 1, Coldwater, Lane 2, Fort Loramie, Lane 3, St. Henry, and Lane 4, Columbus Grove. Also running in Lane 5, it's Oberlin, Lane 6, Mooney, Lane 7, West Liberty, Lane 8, Ansonia, and in Lane 9, it's Waynedale.
Top time coming out of prelims belongs to Columbus Grove. They ran a 49.41. Oberlin in lane 5 will be chasing them with a 49.59 time. Good start by all the teams. I really liked how St. Henry came out of that turn. You saw them go right to the line to hug it, trying to shorten that length of that run even just by a little bit.
St. Henry had a really nice exchange there as well, very smooth.
Columbus Grove pulling away from those bottom 3 teams at the bottom of the track right now. A great exchange there in turn 3 as well. Columbus Grove trying to track everybody down, coming into the final handoff.
Oh,
another great one.
Great handoff.
Grove, though, having to try to track down Oberlin. Oberlin pulling away from the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs going to have to hold on to second. They're going to get a challenge from behind. It's going to be close. I think they got it.
I think they got it. Oberlin with the win in a 49.24. And Columbus Grove is your state runner-up, holding off Mooney. Fort Loramie finishes in 4th place. Coldwater is in 5th place, and St. Henry is in 6th. Man, do we have fast runners in Northwest
Absolutely.
Ohio?
4 teams on the podium. You love to see it.
Our eyes are on lane number 2, the white jerseys and the red shorts of St. Henry. Carson Harrod, Zach Heath, Kenson Hoying, and Cole Kaiser, the relay runners for this event. Also running in the finals, Seneca East in lane 1. Again, St. Henry in 2, Mooney in lane 3, Trinity in lane 4, Huron in 5. Northmore in lane 6, Independence in 7, Cary in 8, and Afrocentric in lane 9.
This should be an incredibly close race. The difference between the top seed time and 9th place is .66. That is just a handoff, as you had mentioned. We were talking prior to coming back on air with this one. So all these teams should be very close as they come into the finish line. Good start by all the teams. St. Henry looking good there in lane 2.
Yeah, looking to,
good handoff.
Very good handoff.
They are catching lane 3.
Oh, great use of that straightaway. Wonderful strides.
Another great handoff as they were able to pass lane 3, but here comes lane 1 underneath them. St. Henry, there's a little bit of a gap right now as here comes Kaiser. Kaiser going to have to pour it on here to get his team higher up on the podium. There he goes.
He is pouring it on. I think they might have got 3rd place.
When they got that handoff, they were 7th or 8th. Cole Kaiser brought them all the way back up, and we will wait to see, but I believe it's going to be 4th.
So Huron gets 1st, Trinity 2nd, Northmore 3rd, and St. Henry with a 4th place spot, 43.51. Nice finish. This broadcast of the Division III Finals at the state track meet in Columbus is brought to you in part by, actually not in part, folks, this is our title sponsor, Wabash Mutual Telephone. Wabash Mutual Telephone, proud supporter of Mercer County Athletics. Lauren Loddick from Collides in lane 1. Anna Reesner from Fort Recovery in lane 5. And your Division III state record holder from Goldwater, Isabella Zahn, is in lane 4. Other runners, Julie Tompkins of Mogador in 2. Division last year's state champion Olivia Hudson from Oberlin in 3. Ava Travis from Johnstown Northridge in 6. Marissa Bonham of Riverdale in 7. Columbus Academy's Morgan Spalding is in 8. Colonel Crawford's Mira Holt is in 9.
Isabella Zahn has been absolutely terrific this year, and I got to imagine that she is looking to end her high school career with a bang. But I'll tell you what, Anna Reisner is going to have something to say about it. She's already set a record here today, but Isabella Zahn already breaking the stagger. She has caught Anna Reisner. She is running away from the field. And we talked about this yesterday. She just makes it look so easy. That's how talented she is. She doesn't look like she's pushing herself right now.
The beauty in her running is just incredible. The speed that she's showing right now, like I said, it just looks so simple. Heading to the University of Iowa next year, has worked so hard to train. Quality in this lady, in and out. Isabella Zahn from Coldwater, what an honor to call her races all these years. And
She just smashed the record. I mean, crushed it. She went sub 53.
52.89. Oberlin's Hudson gets second place. You know, Reisner from Fort Recovery finishes in third. You know, Nate, a few weeks ago when she had gotten into the 54 range, someone said, I think she's going to do 53 at state. Well, she's like, no, I think I'll do that sooner.
Yeah, she came
52.
Her regional time had her in the high 53s. She was back in the 54s yesterday. And then, I mean, it almost leaves you speechless. 52 as a high school senior. Isabella Zahn is destined for great things if she continues onto this track.
Boys 400-meter dash. We're watching lane 3, Eli Treese of Wayne Trace. Lane 8, Riley Newton of Hardin Northern. And lane 9, Mickey Pendergast of Van Buren. Also running today, Josh Padzel of Lowellville in 1, Donovan Statham of Lakota in 2, Treese from Wayne Trace in 3, Matthew Wright of Purcell Marion in 4, Jaden Smith of Afrocentric in 5, Cowan Becker of Northmore in 6, Seth Coker of Newton Local in 7, and again, Hardin Northern's Newton in 8, and Van Buren's Pendergast in lane number 9.
Top seat time coming out of prelims belongs to Matthew Wright, a 48.56. 3 runners went sub 49 in prelims. Eli Treese with the top local time, 59.54 seat time. Good start by Treese down on the inside. Look the outside for Newton and Pendergast. Pretty good start, it looks like, by Pendergast out there from Van Buren. Now they're starting to get kind of reeled in by the middle of the track. Matthew Wright, Jaden Smith, and Cowan Becker right there.
Yeah, the last 200's kicking off right now. That's where you're going to see the kick in. And we are seeing that right there between lane 4 and lane 5. That's Jaden Smith of Afrocentric and 5, and Matthew Wright.
Here comes Treese.
Here comes Treese. Eli Treese of Wayne Trace.
Eli Treese trying to push himself, holding on to that third spot. He's going to get challenged at the line, and I don't think he's going to get it. I think he's going to have to settle for 4th. 4th,
though, not too bad. 4th in the state of Ohio. 48.15 is the top time from Afrocentric Smith. Purcell Marion 2nd. Northmore did kick out or get that 3rd place, but Eli Treese of Wayne Trace finishes 4th in a 49.28. Pendergast.
Eli Treese, fourth place finish here from Wayne Trace. You got to be excited, man. A sophomore and you get 4th place.
Oh yeah, I couldn't be more happy.
You came over with a giant smile, just beaming. When you started this track season, did you have any idea you're going to wind up on that podium?
No, not really. Like, I ran indoor state. I ended up falling. I ended up getting like last or something. I came into this outdoor season all nervous about it. Like, I don't know how I'm going to do. My time started dropping. I started getting a little more confidence. And once tournament hit, I was on top of the world.
Hey, peaked at the right time, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Got to ask, man, what's going on with the head of lettuce on your head? What's going on here?
All right, so for every year for outdoor state, I do a design. Last year I did kisses. This year I did card suits. You can tell better from the back.
Oh, yeah, I see the aces. Yeah, that's cool. Any insight of what it's going to be next year?
I don't know yet.
Guessing.
I usually see them on Instagram Reels. I'm like, oh, that looks cool. I'll do that.
I love it. You like to have a lot of fun in life, don't you?
Oh, yeah, 100%. It's all what it's about. I'm only in high school once. I'm a sophomore once. This is my only time running here as a sophomore. Got to make the most of it.
I love it, man. I can't wait to see what you have next year. Let me know. Maybe I'll do the same thing. What do you think?
Sounds good.
No, bad idea. Bad idea. Owen Treese, 4th place finish.
This broadcast of the 2025 OHSAA Division III State Track and Field Championships is brought to you in part by Webb Insurance. Webb Insurance Agency, serving Lima and Allen County for more than 100 years with offices in downtown Lima and Bluffton. Girls 300-meter hurdles is next, and we have five local competitors here in this finals. In lane 3, we've got Grace Moeller from Marion Local. Lane 5, Ariel Heitkamp of Fort Loramie. Lane 7, Carly Busher of St. Henry. Lane 8, Kendall Paulty of Columbus Grove. And lane 9, Bree Clausen of Columbus Grove.
Nice start on the outside for the Columbus Grove hurdlers. Kendall Paulty already breaking the stagger. Isabel Evans comes in with the top seed time pretty comfortably at 43.12. We saw her in the 100-meter hurdles as well. She is a fabulous hurdler, and she is out to a big lead.
Grace Moeller over there in lane 3 doing a nice job there, being challenged by Ava Hewlett of Mineral Ridge.
Moeller's going to have to turn it up here. We'll see how she jumps these last ones. A little bit of a slowdown there. Moeller trying to hold on. Staying in the top 4. Looks like she's going to be able to do it. And I believe that it looked like Ariel Heitkamp maybe was 6th or 7th.
So Johnstown Northridge's Evans wins with a 41.95 time. And she is a new Division III record holder. Moeller gets 4th from Marion Local. 6th place for Busher from St. Henry. Heitkamp's Fort Loramie was 7th, and Paulty from Columbus Grove gets 8th.
Carly Busher, who finished in 6th place in the 300 hurdles. Carly, everybody talks about how important that first hurdle is. You absolutely dominated it this morning, didn't you?
Yeah, I felt like I got out pretty strong. My first 2 hurdles are usually my slow ones, but today I really wanted to focus on getting out so that I had enough energy around the curve in the backstretch to really push for a time.
We were talking off air how amazing all the athletes are from Northwest Ohio, how it dominates here. Is it one of those things where everybody's really good and it just makes you raise your level?
Oh, absolutely. Especially with the champion here today running a 41. Everybody's pushing their hardest to try to get up to her, but she's pretty talented. So having a lot of talented girls in the race really helps because you push yourself more than you think, and your body can do what it needs to do.
Now, the good thing is you're just a junior. Yep. I mean, you got big plans next year. What's it going to take for you to get on that top spot?
I think next year I'll definitely work harder on my start, pushing myself in practice, and just looking for a PR throughout the season. And then I'm hoping to come back here, see this beautiful stadium again.
Yeah, Jessie O's amazing, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I love it.
Did you get your picture over there at the statue?
Yeah, yesterday I did.
Yeah, you have to do it, don't you?
It's got to happen.
It's amazing. Carly Busher from St. Henry, 6th place finish in the 300 hurdles.
Next up, the boys' 300-meter hurdles. We have 3 runners that we are watching. Lane 2, Lickenview's Cody Ricker. Lane 3, Garrett Trentman from Ottoville. Lane 7, Elijah Heitkamp from Fort Loramie. In lane 1, it's Braden Long of Cedarville. Lincoln View's Ricker in 2. Ottoville's Trentman in 3. Braxton Barnett of Shenandoah in lane 4. Cameron Burgess of Chesapeake in 5. Brody Baker from Cary in lane 6. Fort Loramie's Heitkamp in 7. Max Durbin of Ashland Crestview in 8. And Aiden Robinson of Liberty Union in lane number 9.
Top seed time coming into this one belongs to Braxton Barnett, 37.61. He has a pretty comfortable lead. We'll see how he chooses to run this one. Great start right in the middle of the track by Cameron Burgess of Chesapeake. We saw him have some issues in that 110, but he is now flying here in the 300s.
Yeah, I wonder if he wants to remedy that and says, this is the race that I come back and do what I wanted to do in the 110s, because, man, he is just on fire.
Trentman looking great for Ottoville, currently in the 3rd position, trying to hold on over cleanly that hurdle.
Trentman 4th at state last year. Finished also qualified as
Trentman tripped right at the end.
You can see him laying there thinking.
And here comes Elijah Heitkamp,
so
the Fort Loramie runner, coming over to check on him, making sure he's okay.
So Heitkamp gets 3rd place because of that fall with a 38.89.
Trentman, hopefully
Lincoln View's Ricker in 4th place because of Heitkamp. I mean, he snuck in at the end. Nice finish there. Waiting to see what Trentman finished.
We're We're hoping Trentman still ended up on the podium. He ran a great race, just tripped right at the end. Hopefully that doesn't cost him podium.
Place.
And he got
All
fifth.
right, fifth place.
Eli Heitkamp from Fort Laramie, third place finish in the 300 hurdles. Just a sophomore, dude. You got to be excited about your finish.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw that kid in third place from Ottoville, he was just barely in front of me, but sadly he hit that last hurdle, which sucks, but it gives me an extra place, so it just happens to happen.
What is it about the hurdles that you love? Everybody else, they say the hurdles, and they get wary about it. Everybody thinks they're going to run over a hurdle. What is it you love?
It's just going over the hurdles is so satisfying. Like my mom, she was a college hurdler. Our family loves track, just adores it, especially hurdles. I've been doing hurdles since 7th grade, so it's just been my lifestyle.
You told us off air you had a hip surgery.
Yeah.
How are you able to come off of a hip surgery and get third place here down at the Jesse O?
Well, last year I did do track. I did just the 4x4 just because of all the pain I was in. I tore an 8th grade year in track doing hurdles. And after my freshman season in track, I got hip surgery, hip labral surgery. But it's all that pain and just grit that you have to go through in the off seasons, just get stronger. And during the season, I was battling some other injuries, but get every practice you possibly can and just get as fast as you can.
I love your determination, man. I love your toughness. We're going to see you back here again next year, I'm sure of that. Lincoln View, well represented. Cody Ricker here, 4th place in the 300 hurdles. Up from 7th place a year ago, man. A senior going out at your best. That had to be exciting.
Yeah, definitely. My goal this year was just to do better than last from 7th to 4th. I'm real happy with that. So.
Now, yesterday in the prelim, you set a PR?
Yeah, 38.91. So I was real happy with that. That was one of my goals as well, like running in the 38. So I'm real happy with that.
I imagine if you don't win it, you still, the best thing other than winning it is being your personal best, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, I would argue it feels just as good, you know?
Yeah, without a doubt. Being down here at the Jesse O as a senior, just look back at your career at Lincoln View. What has it all meant?
So, coming in, I didn't come to Lincoln View until 7th grade year, and just from there, great experience, really good coaching staff. My hurdler coach, his name is Arnold. He's been doing this for a very long time, and he's good, so I'm real happy.
All right, now a lot of kids are scared of hurdles. Tell them why they shouldn't be.
They're not that scary. At first, it might be the 110s, they're high and whatnot, but once you do it enough times, and get over that fear, they're so fun.
And it teaches you to get over hurdles your whole life, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
The girls' 800-meter run is off and running. This broadcast is brought to you in part by Holman's Insurance, your trusted local insurance specialist, member of the Wayne Insurance Group with 2 locations to serve you in Chickasaw and Versailles. 18 runners. We've got Sophia Dirksen from Minster in 1B, Audrey Allig from Coldwater in 2A, Lana Kaiser from Coldwater in 2B, Annie Hamelgarn from Minster in 4A, Grace Gutman of Botkins in 5B, and Devaney Pingle from Columbus Grove in 6A.
Coldwater, currently in first place for the girls by 4.5 points. 2 runners in this event. They can find their way onto the podium. Those could be really big points for the Cavaliers.
Now, Audrey Allig has had just a great season so far. Comes in with a 2:16.39, is the number 2 seed in this race. Her teammate, Lana Kaiser, just a freshman, has also done some really great things so far this season.
Seeing the Columbus Grove runner. And that is Devaney Pingle. She is up towards the front of the pack right now, right there in a tie for 3rd as they have 1 lap to go.
Maren Erdman of Smithville, a 2:14.02 seed time, is in the lead at the moment. Still such a bunched up group there, Nate, as they are really getting ready to move into their dead sprint.
And Pingle is on the inside right now, so not really anywhere to go, just trying to keep pace towards the front of that pack. She's now back into 6th, though.
Devaney Pingle, a 2:17.84 seed time coming in. Again, Audrey Allig from Coldwater, our fastest seed time of our local runners. She ran a 2:16.39.
And I believe that is her out in front now, as she made a move to the outside, and she is leading this race with 1:50 left to go.
But she has a competitor on her heels. This is going to be a race to the finish.
Pingle back in 5th as well. Big points for the Grove girls, who are also in the running for a team title.
Audrey Allig pushing hard. You can see her blowing, pushing, trying to get there to the finish. The sophomore from Coldwater is going to finish in 2nd place. Like you said, big points for the Coldwater. Lake Center Christian's Ritchie is your winner. Oleg is second. Wow, 2:12, 2:13. Checking to see what our other runners finish here. We've got Oleg from Coldwater in second. Pingle from Columbus Grove finishing in 5th place. And let's round out the podium here. McDonald in 6th, still waiting to see. Minster just off. Hemmelgarn just misses the podium at 9th. The boys' 800-meter run is coming up next. The state Owen Stadium and Division III record set back in 2023 was a 1:48.31 by Caleb Nastari, a tremendous runner. Tremendous runners on the track here. We are watching Paul Westrick of Tenora. He's in 3A. Next to him is Sam Bernhold from New Bremen. And then in 7B, we've got Colin Dosick from Botkins. Overall, here is your field. Bo Hessler of North Adams, Davis Kistler of Tree of Life, Andrew Donaldson of Maplewood, Caden Winslow of Antwerp, Paul Westrick of Tenora, Sam Bernhold of New Bremen, Liam Woodward, Summit Country Day, Owen Gehring, Seneca East, Adam Scott, Colonel Crawford, Ethan Lee, Fayette, Michael Richmond, Ridgedale, Dakota Sanders, Rock Hill, Brady Wilburn, Pettisville, Colin Dosick, Buckins, Ryan Reed, Cedarville, Liam Serganavic of Columbiana, Carson Classy of McDonald, and Josiah Toth of Mineral Ridge.
Pretty good start by Paul Westrix down on the bottom, already erased a lot of that stagger as he moves through the field currently. And he's going to be in great position as they come around that curve. I would have to say that right now it looks like Westrick is probably out in the lead. We'll get a better look here at the stagger, but I think he is going to be your first place runner. He's going to be challenged a little bit underneath though, as he is going to come down. Currently tied for first as he is settling in.
Yeah, he knows what he has to do to potentially get second or first place. He comes in as the number 3 seed, about 2 seconds behind the leader. And this is the point where he's got to dig deep. He knows that these leaders have grit, and he just wants to hold on and pull himself. Currently in third. Hope he didn't take off too fast.
Well, that's what I was just about to say. You know, you wonder if maybe he knew he was going to have to get out front, and if that cost him a little bit here. Now he is in 4th. New Bremen runner is in 7th currently as they come around turn number 3.
You know, at the state meet, I would say always this is a really tough part, but this is a really, really tough part for the runners at the state meet because so often they do start out faster thinking, I'm going to mentally keep this going. So we're watching these guys at the finish. In fact, the New Bremen runner about to pass Tenora. That's Sam Bernhold. Oh, it's close.
And that might be for a podium spot. 1, 2, 3. It's awfully hard to see as Bernhold collapses. He went over a new runner. So as the times come up on the board, we'll find out who made podium. It's going to be close as Westrick was towards the front of the pack after 1, fell back. Bernhold got himself in position. We'll see if it is going to lead to a podium finish for either one of them. And Westrick and Bernhold both end up on the podium.
Our Richdale runner got 6th. So 6, 7, and 8 is the finish for our local runners. New Bremen 7th and Tenora with 8.
We get to visit with Paul Westrick from Tenora again. 800, 8th place finish. Really a torrid pace to start off this race. How were you able to keep up with it as long as you did?
Well, we took off fast. I knew we were going to. I probably shouldn't have taken off that fast, but I didn't know if he was going to hold it out. He didn't end up holding it out. But to shoot for first, I knew I'd have to get out in front of the crowd. And getting 8th still good. It means I can compete against the best and hold my own. And it was just a great race overall.
When you're kind of gauging your plan, when do you make that decision, hey, I'm going to go for it, or as opposed to try to reserve some energy?
This one, I kind of took off fast, and as soon as I took off, we got to the straightaway, and I was already gaining on people, and I was like, if I'm going to go, I got to go now. Turns out it wasn't the right decision at the time, but you didn't know that. Split-second decisions. But to shoot for first, you always risk going down. I'd rather shoot for first and get 8th than shoot for 4th and get 4th. It's just not how I race.
I love that attitude, man. We could go for it, right? I always like to ask distance runners, look, when you're running distance, there's a lot of pain, right? Where do you put that pain? How do you deal with that?
Well, I think to myself a lot, and I I remember all the hard work I put into it. There's things I do specifically to get my mind on pain. I do certain lifts like bar holds, which really don't help with my running, but I set up a timer for 2 minutes and hold it for 2 minutes because that's the time it takes me to run an 800. So if I can hold that pain for 2 minutes, I can hold my legs for 2 minutes. So it's strategies like that, and then when you're out there, you got to think to yourself, it's either 5 seconds of pain now or a lifetime of regret later.
Man, I love it, man. This dude is tough, and it's been a lot of fun. Congratulations on a great career at Tenora and an 8th place finish in the 800.
Our next event is the girls' 800-meter seated run. This is one of several seated races. More will happen later this afternoon. This is the longest one of the event. The record is a 2:29.80 set back in 2017 by Kaylee Hurley. In lane 3, it's Delphos Jefferson's Megan Hurston. Also racing today, Savannah 9 of Beaver Local in 1, and Juniper McKnight of West in 2.
So Hurston comes in with a seat time of 3 minutes, 54.32 seconds. She's going to have a little bit of work to do. We'll see how she's able to handle this first lap, as they will have to stay in their lanes all the way around to the 300 mark before they're able to come down to the track. As you see, Juniper McKnight from Lakota West jump out to an early lead.
You know, this is such an incredible race to watch when you see the strength and power that's happening with this 800. The other races are a 100 and a 400 are the other races that will happen. This one definitely the most strenuous of all of the seated races.
Yeah, and you see the specialized chairs that all the competitors have. It's designed that way to be on the track and for speed and the distance. As Hurston comes around turn 3, as the top 2 runners up front, as it looks like Savannah 9 has retaken the lead, as they are going to come down to the bottom of the track here. But this is not, as you mentioned, this is a strenuous event. This is really difficult. A lot of arm strength. There's a lot of technique that goes into this to be able to preserve that energy. It's not just trying to get the wheels going as quick as possible, because you're going to burn your arms out. You have to train. You have to be ready. You have to have that power and speed, especially to be able to do the 800, as Hurston has to make an adjustment, working her way back down to the track now, coming here on the front stretch.
Yeah, let's find our cameras to go back there to our Delphos runner, our Delphos seated competitor, Megan Hurston, is currently in 3rd place. We're showing your 1st and 2nd place right now, but I'd like to be able to see our Delphos runner here. Meg, there she is. She has really been competing. I think she's competed all 4 years. She's a senior. She competes in all of the levels, including the shot put. She did the shot put yesterday, and today she will do all of the seated races today.
As she finished 5th yesterday in the seated shot put, so a great finish for her. We were able to see her on the podium prior to leaving yesterday. So it's always great when you are able to see everybody get their medals, as that was a final for yesterday, as we are wrapping up the 800-meter seated race, as our top 2 competitors are coming around turn 3. Megan Hurston on the back stretch.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here, because our 2nd place competitor is chasing down that leader. Less than 200 to go in this race. There's Megan back there. She is on the back stretch, just about getting to the 200 mark. Yet to go in her race.
Savannah 9, Juniper McKnight going to battle it out for first here on the front stretch, as it looks like McKnight's going to go to the outside, looking to try to get into first place. She is digging down, getting a little bit of separation here. Juniper McKnight from Lakota West is going to take home a state championship. Savannah 9 will be your runner-up, and Megan Hurston from Delphos Jefferson coming around the final turn. She will get the front stretch as she begins her last 100 meters.
That's right. Here she is, Megan Hurston, making her way in on the straightaway, pushing in, strength showing here, and the entire crowd, many of them are on their feet, cheering for Delphos Jefferson's Megan Hurston.
Hurston looking strong here, getting the last couple of meters out of the way. A strong finish for her as she finishes in, let's see, I believe that was 3:42, wait for the official time. It's 3:42.67. She crushed her time as she took off 12 seconds here in this final.
Our second mid-distance race for the seeded competitors is the boys' 800-meter run seeded. We have 4 competitors. In lane 1, it's Connor Hunt of Garfield. Lane 2, Christopher Good of Massillon Perry. Lane 3, Kellen Shipman of Howland. And lane 4, Eamon Castaldi of Grove City.
Top seed time coming into this race belongs to Connor Hunt. He has a 2-minute, 2.17-second seed time, followed by Christopher Good, then Kellen Shipman, and Iman Castaldi.
2 freshmen in this race. Christopher Good and Kellen Shipman are both freshmen in lanes 2 and 3. Now, like as I mentioned, there's a lot more seeded races that are going to happen later this afternoon. The girls 100 seeded actually has 8 competitors. The boys 100 seeded has 6. The girls 400 has 7 competitors, and the boys 400 has 6. So this is the race where, just like any 800 race, not everybody wants to do it.
No, absolutely not. And the stamina and the strength, but Connor Hunt right now making it look easy, coming in very streamlined. He's not seeing a lot of breaks as his rotation is very even, as he has a big lead right now as he's on the backstretch of his final lap.
All right, I wonder if he is on record watch. He comes in with a 2:02.17. The OHSAA division record is a 2-minute.37 set back in 2021. The state meet record is a 2:01.74 set back in 2014.
We'll see what he has left, because at the pace that he was on coming into this final 200, he was on record pace, but it looks like he is slowed down just a little bit. I don't think that he will get it, but still looking very strong coming into this last 100. It's looking like he's having to make a couple of adjustments that maybe has cost him some of this pace as he is coming in. Connor Hunt will be your 800-meter seeded state champion as he comes across the line just over 2 minutes.
He is a junior, misses out on those records, but he's got another year to go for them here at the state meet. Second place finisher is Good from Massillon Perry with a 2:16.87. Here comes our third place finisher.
And that is that Shipman from Howland?
We're waiting to see the score come across. Yep, that is Shipman from Howland, 2:32.54. And our final competitor is making his way into the finals. The final spot. He is in the finals, making his way to the finish line.
Couple more adjustments here in the final 10 meters as he will cross the finish line at just over 3 minutes to take home fourth.
I want to mention that Good came in with a 2:28.56. Howland Shipman also dropped time, as did Castaldi. Great job to all of them. Time now for the girls' 200-meter dash. Our broadcast of the 2025 OHSAA Division III State Track and Field Championships is brought to you in part by Busher Electric. Busher Electric is a full-service electrical contractor servicing the area communities for more than 40 years. You can depend on Busher Electric for all your electric needs. We have the following local competitors in this event. In lane 2, it's Claire Bertke from Coldwater. Lane 4, Isabella Zahn from Coldwater. Lane 5, Anna Reisner of Fort Recovery. And lane 7, Allison Thompson of Columbus Grove. Overall, here's who we have in the finals. Bria Friend from Montpelier in 1. Again, Bertke in 2. Ava Travis from Johnstown Northridge in 3. Isabella Zahn from Coldwater in 4. Reisner from Fort Recovery in 5. Olivia Hudson from Oberlin in 6. We saw her the runner-up in the 400 not long ago. Columbus Grove's Thompson in 7. Layla Hayes from LeBray in 8. And Aubrey Vitte from Lakota in lane number 9. This is a strong field of runners here in this 200.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very, very interested to watch that race between Isabella Zahn and Anna Reisner. Reisner, we saw her already set a Division III state record in the 100. Her starts have been absolutely incredible. But Isabella is the current Division III record holder. She said it so frequently they haven't even had a chance to update it yet, as our heat sheet show the time that she ran last year, 24:06, but her seat time is actually 23:72, which would be a new Division III record. She already ran a fantastic 400. You just have to know that as a senior that she wants to make this as memorable as she can. And I got a feeling we're going to see more fireworks here in this 200. But Anna Riesner, with her starts and the way that she can run, I got a feeling we're going to see an amazing time out of her as well.
Yeah, Anna Riesner won the 60-meter in indoor this past year. Isabella Zahn finishing in 6th place at Adidas Track Nationals in the 200 last year. And here's the thing, Nate. Isabella Zahn, as a freshman, was running a 27-second 200.
It's incredible. Like, it's almost unbelievable because of where she's at now. But it just goes to show you, and you talked about this with me earlier off air, it's the belief in training, and it's putting the work in. Riesner has done that. Zahn has done that. That is why they are where they are right now. They didn't just show up and put a little bit of time and effort and energy, and somehow it got good. They have spent the hours and hours and hours to hone their craft to make them this good of a runner.
Absolutely, and it's just so beautiful to watch the process happen and see the results. Now, they are not yet in the blocks. We expect that to start any moment because we've got white flags here at the finish line. I want to talk about, you want to say something?
Well, I was just going to say, too, I just wanted to point out that, depending on how Isabella Zahn and Claire Berkey finish, Coldwater could they
we
can
can't
wrap
say
up,
solidify,
right? But they could put themselves in a position to wrap up the state team title as well, as they are currently out to a big lead. They have a 13.5-point lead right now.
So I want you at home to watch the starts in lanes 4 and 5. I'm sure all of them, but particularly lanes 4 and 5. These ladies have incredible starts.
Another great start as Riesner is out in front,
but
here comes Zahn. Isabella Zahn running hard, right, perfect curve. Riesner right there on her heels, but here comes Isabella Zahn. Isabella pushing. Look at that stride, arms pumping across the finish line. A sub-23 200 it looks like. 23:04.
23:04. She does it again. She just keeps dropping. 23:04.
And she's immediately embraced by Anna Riesner. She's the first one to congratulate her as she just watched Isabella Zahn set another Division III state record.
These two ladies have competed against each other for years. Competitors on the field, but friends in life. Fort Recovery's Riesner is the state runner-up, also running a fabulous time. Coldwater's Bertkey is in 7th. She gets 7th, so she also makes it to the podium. And checking the results here to see how our Columbus Grove runner, Thompson, she finished in 8th. Well, we're going from one incredible race to another incredible race. It's the boys' 200-meter dash. Our local finalists are in lane 5, Victor Holscher from Marion Local, and lane 6, Cole Kaiser from St. Henry. Overall, we have these runners: Sammy Tomlinson of Dalton in 1, King Beard of Lakota in 2, Jaden Smith of Afrocentric in 3, Joseph Schaefer of Huron in lane 4, Holscher, Marion Local 5, Kaiser from St. Henry 6, Matthew Wright of Purcell Marion in 7, Gabe Opong of Tree of Life in 8, and Hayden McFadden of Hillsdale in lane 9. Nate, the weather has become very favorable for the sprinters right now.
Yeah, sun is out. It has warmed up around here. Sprinters love the heat as Cole Kaiser out to a great start as they come around the curve, but down underneath, Joseph Schaefer, he is getting after it.
Ooh, Cole Kaiser's not giving up, though. Trying.
Here comes Holscher as well. They're shoulder to shoulder.
Harder.
Kaiser, that's going to be awfully close. It looked like the runner in lane 2 was right there as well, King Beard from Lakota. So we'll
I'm
see
not
how
sure
it all shakes
who won,
out.
though. Jaden Smith and Joseph Schaefer took it right down to the very last moment.
Well, nothing has popped up yet. That means that was obviously too close to call, as they're going to have to take a moment here to figure it out.
It's so quiet here in the stadium right now.
And
now the cheers. Afrocentric Smith gets it with a 21:53.01 over Huron's Schaefer.
What a race, and the Afrocentric fans exploded here in the stands. Jaden Smith super excited, and Kaiser
gets third. Victor Holscher gets fourth. So our local runners 3 and 4, a 21.99 and a 22 flat. Those two apart by .01. We continue on with the girls 3,200 meter run. This is the 2025 OHSAA Division III State Track and Field Championships, brought to you by Wabash Mutual Telephone. Our title sponsor, our scoreboard sponsor, is Wabash Mutual Telephone, proud supporter of Mercer County Athletics. In the girls 3,200, our eyes are on lane 8A, way out there. Andrea Fowl, the senior from Miller City. She did not run the 1,600, but she is here in the 3,200. Here's who we have overall. Caitlin Carr, great runner out of Smithville. Super fast speed time of a 10:39.79. So close to the state meet record set back in 2004 by Sunny Olding with a 10:38.02. Other runners in this field: Michaela Flora of Newton Local, Caroline Hamilton of Legacy Christian, Riley Patrick of Mansfield Christian, Macy 2 of Granfield Heights, Kelly McKenzie, Strasburg Franklin, Natalie Nixon, Ottawa Hills, Kylie Molnar, Mineral Ridge, Tess Schultz, Loudonville, Ryan Purcell, Portsmouth Notre Dame, Ida Esdat, Shenandoah, Megan Them of Mansfield Christian, Eliza Long Covington, Ellie Mark, Cedarville, Andrea Fowl, Miller City, Addison Fosen, Rittman, Abby Castle of Chalker, and Rebecca Geis of Heartland Christian. Nate, this is the first year in a very long time that we do not have a lot of runners. You know, Minster for years and years had 3,200 runners. Very rare for us to only have one local runner in this race.
Yeah, for as many representatives from Northwest Ohio we have throughout this entire meet, it is a little shocking to see the 3,200 not more represented from our area. But hopefully Andrea from Miller City can take an opportunity here, work her way up towards the front of the pack and stay with them, as we may be on record watch, as you mentioned, with Caitlin Carr from Smithville. So.
You almost called her Caitlin Clark.
I did.
Miles started something last year, but we're calling her the Caitlin Clark of the distance running here at the Ohio State meet.
So while we got a few minutes, though, we're going to take a look at some of the results. We'll start first with field events from yesterday on the girls' side of things. For the girls' disc, we had Mia Burgai from Kalida. She finished 7th with a throw of 128 feet 11 inches. We will move on here. You have to bear with me a little bit because we're looking at live results from yesterday. Things kind of jump around. The girls' long jump, Isabella Zahn, she was your state champ in the long jump with a jump of 18 feet 8.5 inches. Lauren Moody, she finished 5th with a jump of 17 feet and a half inch. And they were our only local competitors to make the podium. And girls pole vault. We'll take a look here, see if we have any local. And we did. Ava Schmidtmeyer from Coldwater. She was 5th with a jump of 11 feet 8 inches. And there's Lauren Moody yet again. She finished 7th with a jump of 11 feet 4 inches.
I want to mention quickly Andrew Fowl, strong here at the beginning of this race. We still have a long way to go, but at the moment, she is running well.
Looking at the girls' high jump final from yesterday. In second was Ellie Fullenkamp. She cleared a 5 7 inch jump. In third from Fort Loramie, Janelle Siegel. She had a 5 5 inch jump. Addie Albers from New Knoxville, 5 feet 5 inches as well. She finished 4th. 5th place went to Hazel Francis of Russia with a jump of 5 feet 4 inches. And then from Patrick Henry in 6th place, Kyleen Crossland with a jump of 5 feet 3 inches. And we will continue to look here through, and we had the girls' shot put that went off yesterday as well. The local competitors from Houston, Emily Earl with a throw of 42 feet 5 inches. Courtney Snyder from Van Buren, 40 feet 2 3/4 inches. Briley Cook from Spencerville, 39 feet 11 1/4 inches. And then Mia Burgai, she finished 7th with a 39 feet 11 1/4 inch throw to wrap up the girl field events that went on yesterday.
Fowl currently in 5th place at the moment. The Ottawa Hills runner Natalie Nixon A freshman with some classy sunglasses is currently in first.
We will continue looking at the finals on the girls' side of things. We will jump to the girls' 4x2 final as Columbus Grove finished second in a time of 1:43.11. Fort Loramie third. Anna in fourth. St. Henry was sixth to round out our local competitors, all on the podium in the girls' 4x2. As you would think that the website would be a little bit more user-friendly, so I have to continue to scroll down. Girls mile, as that was the final. Taking a look at, we had Claire Bowman from Minster. She finished sixth and ended up on the podium. She was our only local competitor in that.
You can see these ladies coming in here first place, separating herself quite a bit, but still that pack there, second, third through eighth. So your top 8 right now, that second through 8th spot, a lot of it's really going to depend on the skill and the strength that they have in this second half of the race. Now, we talked a little bit about how the weather is prime for sprinting, not so prime for the 3200. It's 11:40 a.m. The sun is at its peak, and I would say the weather is the warmest that it's been so far today. It's pretty toasty. Yeah,
too.
maybe even yesterday as well. That's not exactly the distance runners would have loved what the hurdlers had this morning at 9:30.
Yeah, they would have switched places in a heartbeat if they could have, that is for sure. Try to finish up here the finals for the girls for you quickly. In the girls 4x1 meter relay, Columbus Grove came in second, Fort Loramie fourth, Coldwater fifth, St. Henry sixth, as Northwest Ohio was well represented on the podium with those teams. For the girls 400, we've talked a lot about that as we watched Isabella Zahn just absolutely crush her previous state record as she came in first. Anna Reisner was third. And we also had Lauren Laudick, though, as she came in 8th and got on the podium in that 400. Moving on to the girls' 300-meter hurdles. Grace Moeller, she was the highest finishing local competitor. She came in 4th. Carly Busher was 6th. Ariel Heitkamp 7th. And Kendall Pulte got on the podium as she came in 8th. And then the girls' 200-meter results to wrap up and get everybody up to date is where we are here so far in the, as it took me to the 3,200 meters. That is not what we were looking for.
Well, and the 3,200 currently has Nixon in first, Carr in second, Hamilton in third. Fow has dropped down to 8th place. Carr, remember, Caitlin Carr, we saw her win the 1,600. She does come in with the fastest seed time and has snuck her way up behind the leader. Just a little less than 2.5 laps left to go.
And then to wrap up the girls' finals, in the girls' 200-meter dash, Isabella Zahn, she set the new state and state meet record with a 23:04 to finish first. Anna Reisner right behind her with a 23:89. She went sub-24, an absolutely fantastic time for her as she took home a state runner-up. The other local competitors, Claire Berkey, she was 7th and on the podium, and Allison Thompson from Columbus Grove picked up a point for her team as she came in 8th and made it onto the podium.
What an incredible group of runners we have from our region, just making such statements here at the state track meet. Love the fact that Northwest Ohio is represented so very well. Of course, in Division II, Bluffton will be in the finals. The Elida boys made it in the 4x4 finals. That is a super exciting thing for them and for us from Northwest Ohio. And all of the D2 race highlights, as well as interviews and other things, will be airing 7 o'clock Sunday night on WOSN. Of course, by the time you watch this a second time, that will no longer be the case. And good news, there will be more interviews added in. So if you're watching this for the first time, you're not seeing the interviews, but the second time and beyond, Miles and Jonathan's interviews will be in the broadcast.
And just to update everybody on the team scores here, Coldwater currently in first place, 55.5 points. They have almost a 20-point lead over second place Oberlin. Columbus Grove's currently sitting in third. They are 5 points behind Oberlin, sitting there with 32.
You can see Caitlin Carr has made her move and has shown that she was just resting back there. She was just doing her thing until this final lap. The bell is rung, 1 lap to go. Nixon, who led for much of this, is now in a good second place, and Hamilton is in third, Fowl currently in 8th.
Said we might be on record watch for the state meet record that Sonny Olding held. In order to do that, though, Caitlin Carr is going to have to come through in roughly about a minute, so I don't think that she will get it, as she only has about 30 seconds now and still 250 meters to go.
And I would venture to say that this weather is not really conducive for that 3,200 state meet attempt. Not only do we have heat, all of a sudden the wind has picked up just a little bit. So she is racing in less than ideal conditions for a distance runner.
She is still going to run an incredible time, though. She is currently at 10:23, and this is something you don't see very often, as she's going to have to deal with lap traffic. That's how well and how ahead she is of some of these runners. Usually when we get to the state meet, that is not something that we see very often.
You're right, Nate. Caitlin Carr, a junior from Smithville, putting on a clinic here as she makes her way into the finish. People are cheering, and she is your state champion in a 10:48-ish is what she had. Now we're still watching Miller City's Andrea Fowl,
who looks like she is coming on strong right now. She is pouring it on. She is looking to hold on to her positioning so she can get onto the podium. A great finish here. She's going to have to hold on. She looks like those legs are getting a little heavy, but I think that she will hold on and make it a great time by Andrea.
Now you're watching the ladies make their way down. I'm telling you, folks, 8 laps around this track is work. 4th place for Fowl. She had dropped all the way back to 8th and I think maybe even 9th at some point, but you know, she's the one that dropped the 1,600. I bet she had a purpose behind that so she could do what she just did.
And it looks like the strategy paid off. A great time as she took 16 seconds off of her seed time. She came in seated at 11 minutes 32 seconds, and she finished this one in 11 minutes 14 seconds.
And the boys' 3,200-meter run is just about ready to start. This is the final individual event of the Division III State Championship Finals. We have local runners, Colton Evans from Riverdale in 2B and Botkins Carson Brown in 8A. Here is your complete candidates on this. Candidates, not really the right word, but competitors for this event. Landon Iyer of White Hope, we've already seen what he can do on the track. Lucas Sokol of Jackson Milton next to him. Dominic Papagallo of Mineral Ridge. Then Colton Evans in the 2 spot. Bennett Lehman of Ansonia and Sam Ferryman of Dayton Christian 3. Sage Edgerly Bork of Huron and Beckett Negley of Mechanicsburg in the 4B spot. Andrew Road of Steubenville Catholic. Joey Clabaugh of Smithville in 5A and B. Joey Capuzzello of McDonald and Cameron Holman of New Regal in 6A and B. Anthony Capara of Gibsonburg and Will Stein of MBCA in 7. Carson Brown of Botkins and Evan Schaefer of Seneca East in 8. And Nixon Snavely of Rock Hill and Connor Reen of Black River in 9.
We are going to look at the boys' finals to try to catch everybody up. We'll start first with field events from yesterday. Your state champion in the high jump, Drew Boggs from Delphos St. John's with a jump of 6 feet 10 inches.
We have to stop and just mention how tall he is, which is, I don't even know that he's 6 foot tall.
He can jump
it
out
is amazing.
It's incredible to watch him. Even the form, it's not always that ideal form, but it's just his ability to jump gets him so high and over the bar. We had a chance to watch his last couple of attempts as he tried to set a new state meet record, and you know, it was great to be able to watch him. I saw some highlights from his return to Delphos, and it just reminds you of why, you know, the communities around our area are so special. The community came out, they were toilet paper in downtown, they were celebrating him on his state championship victory. It was a great thing to see. Other podium finishes for the high jump from our area, Calvin Willow, the big man from Arlington, he came in 6th. Landon Monin from Russia was 8th to get onto the podium.
After 1 lap, just to let you know, Evans from Riverdale is currently in 7th place.
Looking at the boys' shot put for Division III, we did not have anybody from our area who made podium there, so we will move on. Boys' disc. Take a look at the finals from there. Jackson Whirling from Allen East. He finished 4th. with a throw of 167 feet 7 inches. A great season by him. And then Grant Smith from Patrick Henry, he finished 8th. Taking a look now at the boys' long jump. As I take a look at those results, nobody from our local area made podiums, so we will move on to boys' pole vaults. Let's take a look at that as well. And Trevin Baxter from Columbus Grove, he tied for 7th with a jump of, or a vault, of 14 feet 6 inches. Moving on to today's running event finals. We'll take a look at the boys' 4x2. And it was Marion Local coming in 5th. St. Henry right behind them in 6th. And Fort Loramie finishing 9th just off the podium. The boys' 1,600-meter final. As Tenora's Logan Coy finished 5th. And then Samuel Philpott just off the podium in 9th. Moving on to the boys' 4x1 final. There's another. I actually clicked on the girls, so give me 1 second here. We'll go back to the boys' 4x1.
While you're doing that, you can see the top 3 runners right there. Landon Eyre wasted no time, took the lead right there in the first lap. Plus looks like he's striding along right now. Right behind him is Rode, and then it's Snavely, your top 3. Evans in 7th, Brown in 14th.
After a great final leg by Cole Kaiser, the St. Henry boys 4x1 team found themselves 4th on the podium in the 4x1. We will move on to the boys 400-meter dash. Taking a look at Eli Treese as he came in 4th with a time of 49.28. Mikey Pendergrass, he was 6th with 49.81. And Riley Newton comes in 7th with a 50.10. And now it'll be time to take a look at that final result from the boys' 300-meter hurdles. As Elijah Heitkamp, he was 3rd. We saw the tumble from Garrett Trentman that allowed Heitkamp and Ricker from Lincoln View both to move up. Heitkamp 3rd, Cody Ricker of Lincoln View 4th, and then Garrett Trentman came in 5th. So some big points for all of those guys as they finished on the podium.
Halfway, our leaders are approaching the halfway mark. Landon Eyre still with a comfortable lead, meaning the guys right behind him, but I have a feeling that Landon is running his own race, and pretty soon, in a couple laps, we're going to see him take off.
Boys 800-meter final, Sam Bernhold of New Bremen sets a new PR with a 1:56.98 run. And then right behind him, Paul Westrick, he finished 8th and on the podium in a time of 1:57.12 seconds.
I want to mention that Ansonia's Lehman has moved into 3rd place. He's kind of on the fringe. Ansonia can't get our broadcasts anymore, but still a Northwest Ohio guy. We'll claim him just for the moment.
And then to wrap up the individual final event results, the boys 200-meter dash, as it was Cole Kaiser coming in 3rd in a new PR time of 21.99, going sub 22. Victor Holscher right behind him just by 1/100th of a second with a 22.00. As both of them finished high up on the podium. Cole Kaiser got some 6 big points for the St. Henry team, and we will take a look at those team scores here. As the team scores are loading, the boys' side of things, right now, St. Henry finds themselves in 4th place with 28 points as they trail Huron with 29, and Afrocentric and McDonald are tied for 1st with 30. Still a very close race on the boys' side of things for a team state title.
A little less than 3 laps to go here in the boys' 3,200-meter run. Still just a slight lead for Landon Eyre of White Hope. I expect we're going to see him make a move pretty soon, or Rode, who looks like he's just gaining on his heels. Maybe Rode's going to be the one that's going to make the move, and Sonia's Lehman is still currently a 3rd-place runner. Evans from Riverdale in 7th, and Brown from Botkins is in 14th place.
Still quite a few runners up towards the front of the race that are within striking distances. I think we'll see as we come into the final 2 laps, start seeing the guys who are a little bit ahead of the field here, start to try to separate themselves. We'll see a change of pace for sure.
Yeah, Evans has dropped down to 9th, so if he wants to get onto that podium, he's going to have to utilize that last 800, and that's when we're going to see things change, I predict, that last 800. To be honest, Landon Air kind of surprises me how close he's allowed that lead to be. But I also have nothing, I don't know anything about Andrew Road as a runner, but I'm sure Landon and Andrew know much about each other.
Yeah, well, and if you take a look at the second place runner, too, when he came in, he looks like his stride's a little bit off, almost like he's not going 100% right now, which isn't a bad thing. He may be saying, hey, listen, I know that if I just stay close, keep some things in reserve, now we almost had a trip as he was trying to draft it. Now he's finally going to go around, and we are going to have some jostling here as the top 4 guys pack up.
So we had a white flag there indicating it did not appear that anybody caused that to happen, but it did cause a slight change for the leader who had to hold on to himself, messed up his stride for just a little bit, but looks like he has regained it.
And now we're seeing that change of pace after that clumping up together on that back stretch. They are definitely opening up their strides, putting a little bit more effort in. We should have a great final lap race for sure.
Now, you mentioned that you didn't think our second place runner had the stride going, and I agree. His legs are so long. All he has to do is pick up his knees, and he's going to have an increased stride. Air is in first, Rhodes second, Lehman third, Papaglo is fourth. Our local runners have dropped off of Evans is now in 10th place, and Brown from Botkins is still in 14th.
Road trying to stay right on the heels of the first place runner as he has been drafting, and here he goes. You almost can see it. He dropped his head. He's going to pick it up. It really did look like he was keeping a lot in the tank, and now here he goes, almost at a dead sprint here from 200-meter mark.
Yeah, this is impressive to see how much he still has left here after this run in this hot weather. What does Landon Air have left in his tank? Because looks like he wants to try to pass on the inside. He's not giving up that inside spot. And look at he sneak his way back in. He just kind of let Road use his energy. Air made it. He gets the win, and he is bringing the crowd.
Yeah, he's excited. It was a great final. It looked like the strategy for Road was to stay close, and maybe he felt like if he went early, that might kind of deject Air a little bit, and it did the exact opposite as he ended up having to settle in for second, did Road.
So the Ansonia runner gets third place. We're going to stick around to see how our other runners finished, our Botkins runner as well as our Riverdale runner. Still waiting to see them make their cross. Not going to make the podium, unfortunately. Evans from Riverdale finishing in 10th place. Great run for all the guys.
Colton Evans from Riverdale High School just finished 10th place in the 3,200. Just a sophomore, though, and a personal best. You have to be excited about where you're at.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. Especially in the heat. I thought it was pretty awesome to make it up this far, even to state.
Yeah, the heat is really rough as the day's gone on. How did it factor into today's run?
A lot more sweating. You get hot early on. You don't really know how much energy you have left, but I was able to pull through and beat some people I didn't really beat before in regionals, and I got the best of them because everyone here has to experience the heat, not just me. So I kind of knew to just run my race, you know.
So the heat, can it be an advantage for you if you're mentally tougher than the other runners?
Oh, definitely. Like if you train yourself in the heat, some people like train indoors and stuff, try to get out of the heat, try to get out of the cold, but if you like don't really have the facilities and you train yourself and you're hard like that, I guess you can be more adapt to it.
Well, just a sophomore, we can't wait to see you back here next year and the year after that. He wears sunglasses because his future is so bright. Colton Evans from Riverview.
The title sponsor for our broadcast of Division III Finals is Wabash Mutual Telephone. Wabash Mutual Telephone, proud supporter of Mercer County Athletics. Our presenting sponsor is Busher Electric, a full-service electrical contractor servicing the area communities for more than 40 years. You can depend on Busher Electric for all your electric needs. The girls 4x400 meter relay, the pinnacle final event of this race, of this meet. In lane 1, we're watching Riverdale. Lane 4 is Coldwater. Lane 6 is Minster. Lane 7, Fort Loramie. Lane 8, Kalida. And lane 9, Wayne Trace. The other competitors, lane 2, McDonald, lane 3, Mogador, and lane 5, Oberlin. Oh, wow, what a star-studded Northwest Ohio final race.
6 of the 9 competitors are from Northwest Ohio. We've been talking about it this entire meet. What a way to finish things out. A couple of different things to watch as well for Coldwater. We saw Isabella Zahn looking a little bit more gassed than we're used to after her 200 run. Looked like she might have needed a little bit of help. Hopefully she's good. Like to see her finish her high school career on a high note. She's had a fantastic meet so far. They come in with the top seat time, 3 minutes, 58.33 seconds. We may be on record watch as they are trying to track down the record held by Wayne Trace, 3 minutes, 54.85 seconds.
Speaking of Wayne Trace, battling it out with Kalida out there in lanes 8 and 9. Kalida with the slight edge. Minster's runner looking very strong at the moment. Coldwater, let's watch the handoffs.
So Coldwater coming in handoff 3rd or 4th. What a great first leg by Mogador. They came in with a 4 minute, 2.41 second seed time, but they are out to the lead right now.
Mogador, always a great middle distance team. We have been saying that name for many years, and you are seeing that strength right there. But Coldwater picking things up, currently in 2nd place and on the chase.
Looks like that's Fort Loramie out in 3rd, Minster in 4th. I'll have to see as they come around, make sure I'm picking up the right jersey numbers. Mogador still out in the lead. Coldwater trying to play catch up. And that is not Fort Loramie. That is actually Kalida. Kalida right on Coldwater's heels. Here comes Minster as well. Fight for 2nd place up for grabs.
Going to be some congestion here at the changeover. Minster was in the 4 spot, now in the 2 spot. Kalida and Coldwater passed the baton at the same time, but Coldwater moving into 3rd.
So that is Minster right now that is in 2nd place. Coldwater right on their heels, but everybody trying to track down Mogador right now. Kalida, they are back down into 5th. As Fort Loramie trying to make a move, as is Wayne Trace.
Coldwater runner was striding out for just a moment, but now you see her picking things up right there at the 200 mark, moving her team back up into 2nd place with her eyes on Mogador, barreling down on that green jersey. Look at the kick for
And
the Coldwater runner.
Minster looks like they may catch Mogador as well. Mogador's runner trying to stay with it, trying to kick in, keep whatever she can. Coldwater runner asking her runner to kind of step out because she knew she wasn't going to be able to get inside.
And this is it, folks. This is the last time you're going to see Isabella Zahn run as a high school runner in an OHSAA meet. She is right behind the Mogador runner, and Minster hot on her tails, but here she does what she does. Isabella Zahn.
I was a little surprised to see her kind of look like she was laying back there for a minute, but she quickly moves around as she comes up, as we will see her last 200 here and see what she's able to do. 3:30 on the clock. Isabella Zahn coming in, trying to see if she can't set another state record here for her team. 3:54 is the time to beat. 3:45 on the clock.
The people are on their feet. What a statement Isabella Zahn has made. She's not just an incredible athlete, she is a phenomenal young lady. And they have they have broken the state record. Watch out, here comes the team. I'm sure they're going to come out and give some hugs here in a moment. And there they are, Coldwater. Whew, I'd like to see the splits.
3:53.9 for the new OHSAA Division III state record, the new state meet record as well. Isabella Zahn ran she ran the 400 today, set a new state record. She ran the 200 today, ran a new state record, and then just with her teammates set a 3rd state record in Division III. What a way to wrap up her career.
And not only does she wrap up a career with such a way, the also Coldwater girls wrap up doing exactly what they came to do.
Absolutely. Last year, finishing as state runner-up as a team, we can announce that even prior to this, but with that exclamation point, the Coldwater Cavaliers girls track and field team is the 2025 state team champions.
Right, one race to go. The boys 4x400 meter relay is next.
With Isabella Zahn from Coldwater, state champ, always a state champ. Does it ever get old?
No, not at all.
You definitely are someone that is a huge goal setter, right?
Yes,
you can see that by the way you run. You're running against yourself, not others. Who's taught you how to be such a goal setter?
Mr. Coach Wayne Lawrence down in Dayton from Meadowsdale High School.
That's great. Now your teammates are right over here. I know you're all about team success more so than individual success.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What does it mean knowing that you guys, always state championship quality?
Wait, what do you mean?
Being state champs, not only as team but as an individual, how exciting is that?
It's absolutely exciting. Just being here with especially 2 freshmen and a junior. I just can't wait to see what they do next year. I'm just so happy for them and just excited to see what they do.
Now you realize that you're legendary status now here in Ohio, right? Has that kind of caught to you? What when you hear that? What do you think?
Honestly, I'm still in shock. I don't even know. I think tomorrow is definitely going to hit a lot more than today, but yeah.
Is your favorite drink chocolate milk?
Not really, but it's okay.
It's all right.
Okay.
That's all you get is chocolate milk down here because you're a state champ.
Yeah,
Isabella Zahn, thanks so much. You've been a
you.
class act your whole time at Coldwater. We wish you nothing but success at Iowa.
Thank you.
Thank you.
One of our presenting sponsors for the Division III Finals broadcast is Homans Insurance, your trusted local insurance specialist, member of the Wayne Insurance Group with 2 locations to serve you in Chickasaw and Versailles. The boys 4x400 meter relay. We have Tenora in lane 1, Seneca East in 2, Wayne Trace in lane 3, Fort Loramie in lane 4, Marion Local in lane 5, New Middletown Springfield in 6, Colonel Crawford in 7, Smithville in lane 8, and Mooney in lane number 9.
Top seat time coming into this one is going to belong to, I believe it's Fort Loramie. They ran a 3-minute 23.62 second in the prelim. So we'll see if they're able to replicate that and maybe drop some time.
Fort Loramie getting off to a very strong start right here. You can see in that 4th lane, almost making up the Marion Local stagger and working on the New Middletown Springfield lane 6 stagger here. Fort Loramie saying, this is it, guys. We got some business to take care of, and we have a job we want to do.
Great first leg for Fort Loramie as they come through the stagger. They are going to be in 2nd currently, but you have to watch the handoffs. Lane 8, Smithville out to a good start as well. Fort Loramie, they're going to hand off first.
They are. It was close, but they are still in first. Once we get around the 2nd curve, we'll watch the runners make their way over to lane 1, and it looks right now like it's going to be Fort Loramie who's going to be in that first position with some room as they make their way over.
Fort Loramie out in first. Marion Local back there in 4th, looking to make a move as well on the backstretch.
Yeah, I could see Marion Local kicking things in here in this last 200. Still in 4th, but definitely not out of the count. But nice running so far by Fort Loramie.
See how much he has left on his finish, because here comes Marion Local, here comes Smithville. Fort Loramie trying to hold on. Marion Local up into 3rd. We're going to have a lot of traffic here at the handoff.
All right, Fort Loramie now in 2nd, Marion Local in 3rd place at the moment.
Fort Loramie right on the heels of the lead runner. Marion Local not too much farther back behind them as well. Fort Loramie trying to get themselves back up into 1st place.
And take a look at how he's using that back straightaway, the right spot to make the pass if you can do it. Both Fort Loramie and Marion Local making that wise choice. Now jumping into the last 200 with the ability to tuck right in, kicking the heels. I would say the Marion Local sprinter, his stride's just slightly longer than the Fort Loramie runner at the moment.
Here they come, Marion Local making a push. Fort Loramie, Marion Local 1-2, trying to create a little bit more space, but here comes Eli Treese. He is going to move Wayne Trace up into fourth as the Raiders are trying to see if they can't get top three.
Yeah, really nice run by Eli Treese to do that for his team. Wayne Trace now in the fourth spot. Fort Loramie looking so strong, but a chase down taking place on the backstretch.
Marion Local making up some distance here. You can see they're closing that gap. Wayne Trace still in fourth. Fort Loramie leading, but Marion Local trying to catch him.
Yeah, you can see what Marion Local runner did. He actually used that straightaway just to kind of stride out, pull in some energy so that he can do what he's doing right now here on the straightaway.
Fort Loramie, Marion Local 1-2. Marion Local out in the lead. Fort Loramie's going to fall back potentially to third. Marion Local looking to finish up. They're going to be your state champs.
They got it, folks, and a pump fuss to get the finish. Marion Local gets it done. 3 minutes, 21.06 seconds. First place, New Middletown Springfield. Second, Fort Loramie finishes in third place. Wayne Trace gets the fourth place spot. So we've got, first place, third place, fourth place. What a great run by all of them. Whew.
It's been a great Division III race or meet as we saw all sorts of great performances out of our local athletes. State records fell. We crowned a team state champion. State championships to go around for individuals as well. It's a beautiful day down here in Columbus, and the Division III meet lived up to the hype.
It's been wonderful. Want to once again say thank you to our title sponsor, Wabash Mutual Telephone, and our presenting sponsors, Busher Electric, Webb Insurance Agency, and Homans Insurance. Of course, we have to say a big thank you to our director and producer, Ken Reeker, our camera operators, Abby Beck and Megan Sherrick. Back at the home, Nick Fraley pulling all of the files in so that to get on the air for you same day. Down on the field with the interviews, we have Miles Holliday and Jonathan Young, Jacob O'Neill and Jack McGuire doing highlights, and of course Tim Streed and Scott Rex for the OHSAA. We love what they do, and we are thankful that they have such great hospitality for us. Well, folks, that's going to wrap it up for us from the Division III State Finals. For Nate Garlock and myself, Jennifer Beck. Not sure if you can see the podium there, but the Coldwater Girls 4x4 is getting crowned right now as we close things up, giving each other hugs. What a great meet for all of them. One final word, anything to say? Just one word. I gave you one word.
Terrific.
Terrific. I'll give you two. Super terrific.
Super terrific.
Well, that wraps it up for us. I'm Jennifer Beck with Nate Garlock. You have just been watching the 2025 OHSAA Division III State Track and Field Championships from the Jesse Owens Memorial Stadium at The Ohio State University right here only on WOSN.